Hello everyone, this is Crota giving you a shoutcast in Game 1 in a best of 3 series between Mouse Hasu and Socke here on Scrap Station. Mouse Hasu spawning as the yellow Protoss player, Socke spawning as the red Protoss player. So this is going to be a Protoss versus Protoss mirror match. I'll quickly throw up the production tab and do a little bit of babbling. First of all, I have already seen these games. I had casted them, and then I had technical difficulties with my microphone. It didn't actually record my voice. So, and for those of you guys who don't like Protoss versus Protoss mirror matches, I'm sorry. I'm not a big fan of them either, but it is one of the 6 matchups in StarCraft 2, and I do need to familiarize myself with all of the matchups, and watching these a second time is going to be a little bit painful. And as a lot of just Protoss versus Protoss mirror matches and boiled down to 4 gates. So I do know what's going to be happening in this mirror match so far. Taking a look at the builds, we can see Hasu building off a gateway over here on the north side. And what I like about this build is that it makes Socke have to explore the whole entire base. You have to look throughout the base, otherwise you may think that there is a proxy gateway, and a proxy gateway is very, very dangerous if you think that it's going to be a normal 4-gate rush and then all of a sudden you have zealots in your base, 2 or 3 zealots walking into your base does become very, very dangerous. Back over here, Hasu, pretty much both sides going for standard builds so far, but you're going to see where they deviate in just a second. And a little bit of the benefit of knowing what's happening beforehand. We can see that Socke opting to go for a pylon before a cybernetics core. Hasu, on the other hand, is going to be going for the cybernetics core before that pylon. So he's going to slow down his probe production just a little bit, warp in this cybernetics core, and then continue to train probes, and then warp in another pylon. So there's going to be a slight difference in the economy between these two players, and getting another pylon in here. So Socke will be able to wander around, and back over here we can already see that the second pylon is already in play, but Socke has a slight, or Hasu has a slight advantage in terms of that cybernetics core, but not by much. So in this particular instance, I think Socke has the better advantage just because he has the stronger economy, most likely. Yes, 18 harvesters, Hasu? Hasu has a stronger economy. How is that possible? Perhaps the chrono boost on the energy. Yeah, you can see that Socke has a little bit more energy on his Nexus than compared to Hasu. So that's the reason why. And now you can finally see that there is chrono boost being researched, or chrono boost being used both on the gateway and that warp gate research. A stalker will be coming out of there very, very quickly. And you have to be careful with how you use your chrono boost, especially in a Protoss versus Protoss mirror match. Getting this stalker 10 seconds early versus getting additional probes that will mine you more minerals, or getting that warp gate research 10 seconds early is very, very critical. A zealot and a probe currently activating this Xel'Naga watchtower here. There is a proxy pylon here by Hasu. And now another probe activating this Xel'Naga watchtower, just in case anyone tries to set up another hatchery. Sorry, not a hatchery, another nexus down over on this side of the map. He will be able to spot it out. A zealot and a stalker now coming back to re-engage, and now Hasu's stalker needs to get the heck out of there, realizing that he's going to have an uphill battle to try to fight against a zealot and a stalker. The amount of damage that a stalker and a zealot are able to deal, obviously more than one stalker by itself. Socke is setting up a pylon here now, and should be setting up another pylon either here or here as well, enabling him to warp in units a little bit more closely. The gateways have already completed. Warp gate research has completed. Gonna use that production tab once again. The same thing over here by Hasu. Hasu is now chrono boosting another stalker out, getting that warp gate warp gate research online, or getting those warp gates upgraded, and now should be able to warp in some additional stalkers. He needs to warp in stalkers, otherwise he's going to find himself in a little bit of a pickle, as there's already a large army of stalkers coming in from Socke. Socke also getting some additional stalkers here, and now 5 stalkers trying to move out, but against another army of 6 stalkers, and very, very nice use of the vents there, able to pick apart 1 stalker. So the stalkers are already on the move. There is what? 7 stalkers against another 7 stalkers here. Both sides need to engage. Stalkers are making their way in. 1 stalker traded for another stalker. Both sides dealing damage. This pylon, if it gets taken down, Hasu has no way to get a lot of close reinforcements, being forced to warp in the stalkers along that backside, and that is going to be an issue. Stalkers perhaps should have tried to stay over here, try to get some early damage on those units as they were trying to walk up that ramp. As more Stalkers now come in, taking a look at the army tab, 750 versus 1175. The sheer number of Stalkers and Zealots too much. Probes now coming off the mineral line. The probes do move slower than those Stalkers though, so those probes are not really doing a good job against that chase there. More Stalkers now coming in, more Zealots also coming in over here as well. 950 versus 1050, but a lot of probes were lost by Hasu, so Hasu in a little bit of trouble on the ropes as more units are still being warped in. One Zealot quickly going to get taken down, another Zealot may get taken down, but both sides just exchanging armies right now, getting a lot of damage back and forth across multiple units. 3 Zealots very low on hit points, able to escape, or 2 Zealots. One of them was taken down, more Stalkers trying to engage. Probes need to come off the mineral line, there they go, they are engaging back and forth. Both sides are 575 versus 725 right now, but if you take a look at the unit count, 11 Harvesters versus 20. Hasu is starting to lose out in the economic game. There are some Zealots now currently battling out over here, as there was one Pylon engaging over here, but there are 4 Zealots fighting inside the base, and Socke has a very, very sizable lead. 4 Stalkers against 4 here. More Stalkers are now trying to be warped in once again, picking off some more Stalkers there, able to pick off another one there. 1 Stalker versus and 1 Stalker and a Zealot versus 2 Stalkers. More reinforcements once again coming in, and Hasu says GG. Alright, so Protoss versus Protoss mirror match, 4-gate. Stay tuned for game 2, which will be in the Delta Quadrant. Promises to be something similar, as I have already seen it. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. Yeah, go ahead and watch game 2.